So now we're going to kind of find out where we are. Like, what is this space that we are? So we're going to watch a video in a minute. And this is actually with a good friend of mine from childhood. And I remember spending a lot of time here at Hopper Piano Company because I was a piano nerd. And, I just got to try all the pianos in the place. And like each one was a new world in itself, And it was incredibly inspiring just to like hear all the different sounds that you can create with a different instrument. And that's one of the great things about Steinway is that each one of them is a living, breathing thing almost. They're all handmade. But if we're ready with the video, I'm going to go ahead and let Keith Pendergraft tell us more.
My name is Keith Pendergraft. I am one of the vice presidents of the company now. Going back, when I came here as a 24-year-old young man, met Mr. Hopper while shopping for a piano. He said, "Keith, have you ever thought about selling a piano?" And I said, "Mr. Hopper, the only thing I've ever sold was a Chick-fil-A sandwich." And he said, "I think we could do something about that." In all of these years, I've learned that Steinway is an American icon. It's a one-of-a-kind piano. It's one of the very few things left that's truly handmade. So I tell people every day that I'm really not a piano salesman, I'm a storyteller. Because who has more stories about the piano than Steinway? Who has the most books written about them? Steinway. Because it's such a magical thing that takes a year plus to build 300 artisans, touching it and making it into what they are. Every single one is something special. It's one of those magical few things that we have left. I like to say that we have something for everyone because so many people see, oh, they're the Steinway dealer, so they don't have anything for me. I can't afford a Steinway, or I don't play well enough to have a Steinway. I think everybody deserves to have a Steinway. It doesn't matter how you play or how you think you play. And Steinway has 3 lines of pianos. So you have the Steinway piano that's been around 167 years. You have the Boston piano that's been around now for over 30 years. And you have the Essex piano, which I say is the entry-level piano into the world of Steinway, but all unique and magical instruments in their own way. I mean, I would say for over 60 years, Hopper Piano Company has been an outlet for meeting people where they're at and helping them on so many levels. There's the churches, there's the colleges and universities, there's the piano teachers, there's the symphony, all of your civic organizations, your arts organizations. It goes on and on. You start by having a relationship before you sell them a piano or an organ. But it's more than that. It's supporting them, servicing those instruments, helping them grow their own organizations. All of that happens. And helping others, you help yourself. So many of the things that we do are not because they necessarily came to us. It was because maybe perhaps we went to them first. It's sort of like Mr. Hopper said, I'll never forget. He said, "Keith, just remember, the only thing you sell is happiness."
You learn something new every time you go to Steinway. So the last time we were there, they were telling us that one time Steinway was the largest employer in all of New York, if not New York City, I'm not sure which. And that at one time there were over 400 piano companies just in New York. So they talked about as people were trained, they learned a very tiny job in the factory because there were 400 other piano companies they could go to work for. So if they learned just one little tiny thing, it was more likely they would